and welcome to Bible Body Dublin. This is where we read the stories together and we wonder out loud. I'm your host, Giovanna J. Here are my co-hosts, KJ5, CSB, and Bunny. Sunny Bunny's with me today. She's not feeling well, hence a little bit of my delay. She's feeling horrible. This is I'm an auntie dog, and this is, curls are all over the place. Let's get it together. Live. Here we are. Got curls all over the place, gang. Does it go this way? This way? Okay. All right. Be that as it may, we're here. We're here. So, Bunny has not had a good night at all. I've been babysitting. I only babysitted. I was supposed to babysit her for the weekend. And she's having separation anxiety from her pops and her moms. And so moms is coming to get her today. And from my understanding, when they have, separation anxiety, they're sick, meaning that she's been throwing up, she's had diarrhea, all the things. Sorry if you all didn't want to hear that this morning. So that's what we're at right now. And she's wrapped up here. I don't know if you can see it. All right, so she's here, not doing well, and her dog mom is coming to get her around here in a few. So, how y'all doing this morning? Well, then let's just get straight into it. We read before First Chronicles 1 through 4, and it was concerning genealogy, and I also misstepped. Listen, I know better. I love the geography of it all. And I messed around and said, I know I do. I still have like stage fright from being on here. And I think it's from that, honestly. So I know where the Euphrates River is. I know where the Tigris, oh my God, starts with a T. River is. They're right beside each other, and they're over there by the New Turkey, over there by Assyria. The reason why I know this is because I love the story of the Garden of Eden, and that is where it is. And I love the story of Noah's Ark, and Noah's Ark ended up in Ararat. And I said, why did I say the Tigris River was all the way by Egypt? What is going on? I get so nervous in front of here. So, and this is my favorite map of it. Let me see if I can find it. I have this fantabulous map that I love to see. I want to say it's in here. Normally I have a tab on it. I think this is it. Yes. It has the tab. Listen to me, America. Listen to me. So right here, like this is where I live, the Tigris River and the Euphrates River. And I said, why did I tell the people that? Why did I tell it's a lot of stuff out here that I'm telling y'all that I should not be. You know? So this is the map that I live on. This map right here is everything for me. So, all right. I just want to correct that because I was going to put a little insert, is that what it is? A little insert in the last video correcting it, but I didn't want to. So here we are. Let's get right into the good book. We are on chapter 5. Looks like everything's okay. All right. So it's just the genealogy, and it was a tough ride. Okay, now we're here. These were the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. He was the firstborn, but his birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, son of Israel, because Reuben defiled his father's bed. He is not listed in the genealogy according to birthright. Although Judah became strong among his brothers, and a ruler came from him, the birthright was given to Joseph. The sons of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. Joel's sons, his son Shemaiah, his son Gog, his son Shemi, his son Micah, his son Reaiah, his son Baal, and his son Bera. Bera was a leader of the Reubenites, and King that's King Tiger. Remember, we was talking about King Tiger. King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria took him into exile. Oh, Bera. His relatives by their families, as they are recorded in the family records. Jeiel, the chief Zechariah, and Bela, son of Azaz, son of Shema, son of Joel. They settled in Aroer, as far as Nebo and Baal Meon. They also settled in the east as far as the edge of the desert that extends to the Euphrates River, because their herds had increased in the land of Gilead. During Saul's reign, they waged war against the Hagrites, who were defeated by their power, and they lived in their tents throughout the region east of Gilead. The sons of Gad lived next to them in the land of Bashan as far as Salekah. Joel the chief, Shapham the second in command, Janai, and Shaphat in Bashan. Their relatives, according to their ancestral houses, Michael, Meshullam, Sheba, Jared, Jachan, Zia, and Eber, 7. These were the sons of Abihail, son of Huri, son of Jeroah, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshisha, son of Jado, son of Buz. Ahi, son of Abdiel, son of Guni, was head of their ancestral family. They lived in Gilead, in Bashan, and its surrounding villages, and throughout the pasture lands of Sharon. All of them were registered in the genealogies during the reigns of Judah, king of Jotham, and Israel, king Jeroboam. The descendants of Reuben and Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh had 44,760 warriors who could serve in the army. Men who carried shield and sword, drew the bow, and were trained for war. They waged war against the Hagrites, Jeter, Nephish, and Nodab. They received help against these enemies because they cried out to God in battle, and the Hagrites and their allies were handed over to them. He was receptive to their prayers because they trusted him. Well, that's a lot. He was receptive. That's probably why I got it highlighted. He was receptive to their prayers because they trusted in him. They captured the Hagrites' livestock, 50,000 of their camels, 250,000 sheep, and 2,000 donkeys, as well as 100,000 people. Many of the Hagrites were killed because it was God's battle, and they lived there in Hagrite's place until exile. The descendants of half the tribe of Manasseh settled in the land from Bashan to Bel Hermon, that is Senir of Mount Hermon. They were numerous. These were the heads of their ancestral families: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azrael, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, and let me see. Anything else? There we go. Jadiel. They were valiant warriors, famous men, and heads of their ancestral house. But they were unfaithful to God of their ancestors. They prostituted themselves with the gods of the nations God had destroyed before them. So the God of Israel roused the spirit of King Pul, that is Tiglath-Pileser. Oh, he had a nickname, Pul. Okay. Of Assyria, and he took the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh into exile. He took them to Hala, Haba, Hara, and Gazan's river, where they are until today. Levi's son Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. Kohath's sons Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. Amram's children Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. Aaron's sons Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar fathered Phinehas. Phinehas fathered Abishua. Abishua fathered Buki. Buki fathered Uzi. Uzi fathered Zerahiah. Zerahiah fathered Marioth. Marioth fathered Amariah. Amariah fathered Ahitub. Ahitub fathered Zadok. Zadok fathered Ahimaaz. Ahimaaz fathered Azariah. Azariah fathered Johanan. Johanan fathered Azariah, who served as priest in the temple that Solomon built in Jerusalem. Azariah fathered Amariah. Amariah fathered Ahitub. Ahitub fathered Zadok. Zadok fathered Shalom. Shalom fathered Hilkiah. Hilkiah fathered Azariah. Azariah fathered Saraiah, and Saraiah fathered Jehozadak. Jehozadak went into it. Jehozadak went into exile when the Lord sent Judah and Jerusalem into exile at the hands of Nebuchadnezzar. Levi's sons, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. These are the names of Gershom's sons. Libni and Shimi. Kohath's sons, Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. Merari's sons, Mali and Mushi. These are the Levites' family according to their fathers. Of Gershom, his son Libni, his son Jahath, his son Zimmah, his son Joah, his son Iddu, his son Zerah, his son Jephthah. Kohath's sons, his son Abinadab, his son Korah, his son Asir, his son Elkanah, his son Abiasaph, his son Asir, his son Tahath, his son Uriel, like Ariel, Uriel, his son Uzziah, and his son Shaul. Elkanah's son Amasai, and Ahimoth. His son Elkanah, his son Sophi, his son Nahath, his son Eliab, his son Jeroham, his son Elkanah, Samuel's sons, his firstborn Joel, and his second son Abijah. Merari's sons, Mali, his son Libni, his son Shimei, his son Uzzah, his son Shimei, his son Haggiah, and his son Asaiah. The rest of the men David put in charge of the music in the Lord's temple after the ark came to rest there. They ministered with song in front of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, until Solomon built the Lord's temple in Jerusalem. And they performed their tasks according to the regulations given to them. These are the men who served with their sons. From the Kohathites, Heman the singer, son of Joel, son of Samuel, son of Elkanah, son of Jeroham, son of Eliab, son of Toah, son of Zuph, son of Elkanah, son of Mahath, son of Amasai, son of Elkanah, son of Joel, son of Azariah, son of Zephaniah, son of Tahath, son of Asir, son of Abiasaph, son of Korah, son of Ishar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, son of Israel. Heman's relative was Asaph, who stood at his right hand. Listen, Asaph got a Psalms 50, and he got another one before that I really like. When I remember, I'll let you know. But Psalms 50 is my jam, and it was another one that Asaf wrote that was really good. I got it written down. I'll probably share it next one. Asaf is dope. He's dope. Asaph, son of Berechiah, son of Shemi. Kedemoth and its pasture lands, and Mephoth and its pasture lands. From the tribe of Gad, they received Ramoth and Gilead and its pasture lands. Mahanaim and its pasture lands, Heshbon and its pasture land, and Jazer and its pasture lands. Issachar's sons Tola, Puah, Jashab, and Shimron, 4. Tola's son Uzi, Raphiah, Jeriel, Jamai, Ipsam, and Shemuel, the heads of their ancestral families. During David's reign, 22,600 descendants of Tola was recorded as valiant warriors in the family records. Uzi's son Israel is Israel. Oh, Israel. Israel's sons, Michael, Obadiah, Joel, Isaiah, all 5 of them were chiefs. Along with them, they had 36,000 troops for battle, according to the families' records of their ancestral families, for they had many wives and children. Their tribesmen who were valiant warriors, belonging to all the families of Issachar, totaled 87,000 in their genealogies. Benjamin's descendants, 3 of Benjamin's sons, Bela, Bichar, and Jadiel. Belah's son, Esbon, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri, 5. They were valiant warriors and heads of the ancestral families. 22,034 were listed in their genealogies. Becher's son, Zemirah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionah, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Elameth. All these were Becher's sons. Their family records were recorded according to the heads of their ancestral families. 20,200 valiant warriors. Jediah's son, Bilhan's son, Jeush, Benjamin's Ehud, Chenaniah, Chenaneh, Chenaneh, I'm gonna go with that. Chinaneh, Zethan, Tarshish, and Abishahar. All these sons of Jediel, listed by family heads, were valiant warriors. They were 17,200 who could serve in the army. Shupam and Huppam were sons of Ir, and Husham were the sons of Ahir. Naphtali's sons, Jaziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shalom. Bilhah's sons. Manasseh's sons through his Aramean concubine. Oh, I didn't know Bilhah was. Oh, no, sorry. We're on a different man. Manasseh's sons through his Aramean concubine, Asriel and Micah, took wives from Huppam and Shuppam. The name of his sister was Makkah, another descendant whose name was Zelophehad, but he had only daughters. Machir's wife, Ma'akah, gave birth to a son, and she named him Perish. His brother was named Shirish, and his sons were Ulam and Rechem. Ulam's son, Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh. His sister, Hamalekith, gave birth to Ishbod, Abiezer, and Mahlah. Shemida's sons, Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Aniam. Ephraim's sons, Shuth, Selah, and his son Bered, his son Tahath, his son Eliada, his son Tahath, his son Zabad, his son Shu, Thelah, also Ezer, and Eliad. The men of Goth born in the land killed them because they went down to raid their cattle. Their father Ephraim mourned a long time, and his relative came to comfort him. He slept with his wife, and she conceived and gave birth to a son. So he named him Beriah, because there had been misfortune in his home. His daughter was Shirah, who built Lower and Upper Beth Haran and Uzan Shirah. Oh, that's pretty cool. She built her father's land. His son Repha, his son Resheph, his son Tela, his son Tahan, his son Ladan, his son Amihud, his son Elishama, his son Nun, and his son Joshua. Their holdings and settlements were Bethel and its surrounding villages, Naaran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its village as far as Aiah and its villages, and along the borders of the descendants of Manasseh, Beth Shean, Tanakh, Megiddo, and Dor with their surrounding villages. The sons of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. Asher's son Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah, with their sister Sarah. Beriah's sons Heber and Machiliah, who fathered Berzath. Heber fathered Japhlet, Shomer, and Hotham, with their sister Shua. Japhlet's son Pesach, Bimhah, and Ashvath. These were Japhlet's sons. Shemer's sons Ahi, Roga, Huba, and Aram. His brothers of Helem's son Zophah, Imnah, Shalish, and Ammon. Zophah's son Suah, Harnefer, Shuel, Bera, Imri, Bizar, Hod, Ahad, Shammah, Shilshah, Ethran, and Bera. Jethro's son Jephaneh, Pispa, and Ara. Ulah's sons, Ara, Haniel, and Riziah. All these were Asher's descendants. They were the heads of their ancestral. They were the heads of the ancestral families, chosen men, valiant warriors, and chiefs among the leaders. The number of men listed in their genealogies for military service was 26,000. Benjamin fathered, let me bring it up a little bit more. Benjamin fathered Bela, his firstborn. Ashbel was born second, Ahara third, Noha fourth, and Rapha fifth. Bela's sons Adar, Gira, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahoah, Jira, Zephophan, and Huram. These were Eliud's sons, who were the head of the families living in Geba, and who were deported to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gira. Gira deported them and was the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. Shaharaim had sons in the territory of Moab after he had divorced his wife. What? Okay, Mr. Divorce. Okay. Shaharaim had sons in the territory of Moab after he had divorced his wives, Husham and Bara. His sons by his wife. Oh, where am I? His sons. Did I skip something? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. His sons by his wife Hodesh, Jobab, Zibiah, Misha, Macham, Jeuz, Sakia, and Mirma. These were his sons' families' heads. He also had sons by Husham, Abitub, and Elpael. Elpael's sons, Eber, Mishem, and Shemd, who built Ona and Lod and its surrounding villages. Beriah and Shemo, who were the family heads of Ajalon's residents and who drove out the residents of Gath, Ahio, Sheshach, and Jeremoth. Zebediah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishba, and Joha were Beriah's sons. Zebediah, Meshulam, Hizkai, Heber, Ishmara, Isliah, and Jobab was Epel's sons. Jakim, Zichri, Zebdi, Eliana, Zilithah, Eliel, Adiah, Barara, and Shimrath were Shimei's sons. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zichri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Etho, Etho, Anthothejah, Ipadiah, and Penuel were Shakshak's sons. Sharai, Shehariah, Athaliah, Jarashia, Elijah, and Zikra were Jeroham's sons. These were family heads, chiefs, according to their family records. They lived in Jerusalem. J. Jael fathered Gibeon and lived in Gibeon. His wife's name was Maacah. Abdon was his first son. Then Zur, Kish, Baal, Nadab, Geder, Ahio, Zikr, and Mikloth were who fathered Shemaiah. These also lived. These also lived opposite their relatives in Jerusalem with their other relatives. Ner fathered Kish. Kish fathered Saul, and Saul fathered Jonathan. Melchishua, Aminadab, and Ishbaal. Jonathan's sons were Meribbaal and Meribbaal fathered Micah. Micah's sons, Pithon, Melech, Tariah, and Ahaz. Ahaz fathered Johadah, and Johadah fathered Elameth. Asmaveth and Zimri fathered Moza. Moza fathered Beniah. His son was Rapha. His son Elasah. His son Azel. Azel has 6 sons, and these were their names: Azrikam, Bosheru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were Azel's sons. His brother Eshek's sons. Ulam was his firstborn, Jeush second, and Eliphalet third. Third. Ulam's sons were valiant warriors and archers. Whew. They had many sons and grandsons, 150 of them. Whew. All these were among Benjamin's sons. All Israel was registered in the genealogies that are written in the book of the kings of Israel. But Judah was exiled to Babylon because of their unfaithfulness. The first to live in their towns on their own property again were Israelites, priests, Levites, and temple servants. These people from the descendants, hold on one second. I think Sunny Bunny's mom's here. Oh no, she's not here yet. Okay. We have the sick among us. But Judah was exiled to Babylon because of their unfaithfulness. The first to live in their towns on their own property again were Israelites, priests, Levites, and temple servants. These people from the descendants of Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Manasseh settled in Jerusalem. Uthah, son of Amihad, son of Omri, son of Imri, son of Bani, a descendant of Perez, son of Judah, from the Shilonites. Asaiah, the firstborn, and his sons, and from the descendants of Zerah, Juel, and their relatives, 690 in all. The Benjaminites, Shula, son of Meshullam, son of Hodaviah, son of Hasanua, Ibniah, son of Jeroham, Elah, son of Uzi, son of Mikri, Meshullam, son of Shephatiah, son of Reuel, son of Ibnijah, Ninja, no, Nijah, like Nijah, Ibnijah. No, Nai would be Niy. Nijah. That's close to another. Anyway, and their relatives, according to their family records, 956 in all. All these men were heads of their ancestral families. The priests Jediah, Jehoiarib, and Jechin. Azariah, son of Hilkiah, son of Meshullam, son of Zadok, son of Marioth, son of Ahitub, the chief official of God's temple. Adiah, son of Jeroham, son of Pashur, son of Malchijah, Maasah, son of Adiel, son of Jahzerah, son of Meshullam, son of Meshilemeth, son of Emir, and their relatives, the heads of their ancestral families, 1,760 in all. They were capable men employed in the ministry of God's temple. The Levites, Shemaiah, son of Hashub, son of Azrikam, son of Hashabiah of the Merarites, Bakbakar, Harish, Galal, and Mataniah, son of Micah, son of Zikri, son of Asaph. Obadiah, son of Shemaiah, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, and Berechiah, son of Asa, son of Elkanai, who lived in the settlements of the Notophathites. The gatekeepers, Shalom, Akub, Talmon, Ahiman, and their relatives. Shalom was their chief. He was previously stationed at the king's gate on the east side. These were the gatekeepers from the camp of the Levites. Shalom, son of Kor, son of Ebiasaph, son of Korah, and his relatives from his father's family. The Korahites were assigned to guard the thresholds of the temple. Their ancestors had been assigned to the Lord's camp as guardians of the entrance. In the earlier times, Phinehas, son of Eleazar, had been their leaders, and the Lord with them. Zechariah, son of Meshelemiah, was the gatekeeper at the entrance to the tent of meeting. The total number of those chosen to be gatekeeper at the thresholds were 212. They registered by genealogy in their settlements. David and the seer Samuel had appointed them to their trusted positions. So they and their sons were assigned as guards to the gates of the Lord's temple, which had been the tent temple. The gatekeepers were on the four sides, east, west, north, and south. Their relatives came from their settlements at fixed time to be with them 7 days. But the four chief gatekeepers, who were Levites, were entrusted with the rooms and the treasuries of God's temple. They spent the night in the vicinity of God's temple because they had guard duty and were in charge of opening it every morning. Some of them were in charge of the utensils used in worship. They would count them when they brought them in and when they took them out. Others were put in charge of the furnishing and all the utensils of the sanctuary, as well as the fine flour, wine, oil, incense, and spices. Some of the priests' sons mixed the spices. A Levite called Mattathiah, Maddie. Okay, so it's Maddie the first. So Mattathiah, the firstborn of Shalom, the Korahite, was entrusted with baking the bread. Some of the Kohathites' relatives were responsible for the preparing the rolls of the bread of presence every Sabbath. The singers, the heads of the Levite families, stayed in the temple chambers and were exempt from other tasks because they were on duty day and night. These were the heads of the Levites' families, chiefs according to their family records. They lived in Jerusalem. Jerah fathered Elameth, Asmaveth, and Imri. Jerah fathered Elameth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri fathered Mosa. Mosa fathered Beniah. His son was Raphiah, his son Elisah, and his son Azel. Azel has 6 sons, and these were their names: Azrikam, Bocheru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. These were Azel's sons. All right, gang. She's still here. I don't know if you all could hear her throughout. Let me get her up. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, here she is. Got her in her SpongeBob blanket. You see her? Oh, Brandon. All right, gang. Thank you so much for letting us read to you. This is the Bible Body Doubling podcast, and it is sponsored by the Gardener's House. Till I read to you again, and I really do appreciate you all listening to me. Top for now. All right, Buns. All right, okay, Buns.